All right, folks, what is going on? Back with another episode of the VFCast. This makes it episode 26, I think. I'm look again to make sure. Yeah, this is episode 26 of the VFCast. I am VF Baller, and we had some disturbing news last night about, John Madden. John Madden passing away at the age of 85. You know, you just don't want to hear about stuff like that, people passing away or whatever the case may be. But at the same time, at the age of 85, he lived a full life. So I don't, I can't say I'm necessarily sad, more, surprised than anything, because you don't want to hear about icons like that passing away. You don't want to hear about that. So I'm going to talk about my video game experience with John Madden. Also going to talk about a little bit of John Madden out of the out of the video game realm, and where it's going, or where I felt that it's going now, as far as Madden Football. Also, I did say in my last video I was going to talk about the new format or structure of content that I'm gonna be doing over here. And also on the First and Frame Rates channel, I will be talking about that as well. But John Madden basically is taking the news world, or the sports gaming world, or video game world, by storm with this passing. And it really sucks. They hear about people passing away, but I know Madden lived the full life. At the age, if you live in the mid to late 80s, live up to the mid to late 80s and further, you live the full life. And I'm pretty sure he's done everything that he wanted to do in his life. And that's the important part. You live life to do all the things you set out to do it. And I hope that he was able to. I have a gut feeling that he has. And it makes it feel a lot better, because a lot of people that I've known this year has passed away. And some that were in the YouTube world, some people that I've met in the YouTube world that passed away, unfortunately, at a young age. And I know they weren't able to set out on a lot of things that they've done. And I may talk about that at another time, especially with the new year coming up. But when you have a situation like this, it's bittersweet, because you don't want to hear about these icons passing away. But at the same time, when they live a full life like this, it feels a lot better that they can rest knowing that they were able to accomplish so much. And John Madden did. Many things he did on and off the field. With him and Pat Summerall, I have the picture right there. I will be talking about them a little bit later as well. John Madden was able to not only play football, he coached football, he won a Super Bowl, he was able to go into to be an analyst on television, and one of the best, and create his own football game, and his football game has worldwide appeal. Basically a household name. Even if you don't like football, John Madden is became a household name. He was able to cross over to the outside of sports, but while not even trying. And that's just a huge icon in the gaming, sports gaming, and pop culture, all over the world. Just crossed over everywhere, but everybody knows who John Madden is. And it's unfortunate that he's no longer with us, but like I said, a part of me knows that he lived a full life. I feel that he has, and he's done so much, influenced so many of us gamers, influenced so many people to love football, play football, be a part of the sport, learning about the sport. So much knowledge that he brought to the sport, things that I didn't know, things that I didn't things that I didn't even think about, things that that I don't I would never be able to top this guy's knowledge of football. I don't think any of us will. The guy was just, he was football, just amazing. And it's unfortunate, but all things come to an end, unfortunately, and he will be missed. But his legacy will definitely live on, not only through the world of football, but through football gaming, and just gamers alike. People who like Pokemon, or people who like Magic the Gathering, know who John Madden is. It just runs that deep. So my experience with John Madden Football started very young. I've been playing games since the late 80s. And I remember when John Madden Football was on IBM, and I never got the chance to play it until like the mid '90s. But I do remember the game coming out, and John Madden wanted 11-11 football. That's one of the things that he wanted, and John Madden was supposed to be like the standard at the time. Unfortunately, even though John Madden football was good back in the early '90s and late '80s, I gravitated to another game. And the game that I gravitated to was this game here. It's kind of beat up right now. Joe Montana Football. These two games, this was also made by Electronic Arts. This is a phenomenal football game. I've streamed it a couple times. I may stream it again one day. Phenomenal game. But this is about John Madden, not Joe Montana. But I played that game up until, probably when Madden 93 came out. Because, I played all the Maddens. I've played all of them at one point. And I remember when, Madden, was just called John Madden. Then it was John Madden 2. And then it was Madden 92. But Madden 93 was the game where I sat there like, you know what? I like this. I like where the direction this game is going. Joe Montana was doing his own thing in, with sports talk football. And it was cool. Don't get me wrong. Sega took on John Madden. Sega took on Joe Montana and did its thing with Joe Montana. And, it was a good game. But Madden started to catch on with, he caught my attention with Madden 93. Madden 93 came out and I was like, okay, I'm here with this. I'm here with this game here. And I started playing it, and I fell in love with Madden 93. But I knew it was something, it was a big deal when Madden 93 came out. But me and my friend jumped on this game here, and it was a sequel to it. Madden 94. This is when I knew it really got serious with Madden 94, because Madden 94 actually started to get the NFL license. You see it says Madden NFL 94. This is when Madden really got real. Madden, they end up having, you could play a season all the way to the Super Bowl. They had all 28 teams at the time, all the Super Bowl teams up until then. And they also had I think 14 or 15. Let me look at the back. They had 12 all-time franchise teams, and they had 2 all-Madden teams. So this is when things got real, in my opinion. You actually could save your season on this game. It was so much in this game I played. I didn't play a lot of it, but me and my friend played co-op, and we played a whole season. And I didn't mind playing, second fiddle, because my friend, he was a little bit more in tune with the Madden 94 that I was, because I was used to playing Madden 93. So he was playing quarterback. I played like receiver, or he ran the ball and I blocked for him. But we had a great time playing this game. Madden 94 was like the beginning of me knowing, even though I played a lot of co-op with this game, I necessarily said, I was going to get my own copy. I had the Super Nintendo version because my cousin, he was the Genesis guy. So me and my friend played a lot of this on Super Nintendo, and I got on it really, really big. Madden 95. Madden 95 was the game where I played a lot of Madden 95 as well. I don't have a copy of it anymore. It's one of the games I just didn't pick up. I didn't play a lot of it because, I played a lot of it, but it didn't gravitate to me as much that I thought it would. I stayed playing a lot of Madden 94, but I remember picking up Madden 95 from a pawn shop a little bit later after I got tired of playing Madden 94, and I played a little bit of it, but it didn't capture me as much as it did a lot of other Maddens. But I did play it. I had fun. But the sequel to that, this was the game that I really, 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 really got into. Madden 96. Now, I had to go back and buy this game. This game here pretty much perfected a lot of things that Madden 94 and 95 did. Because Madden 95, the thing with Madden 95, a lot of people don't really realize this. I think it was one of the games where it actually had the running animations kind of weird. Madden 96 kind of fixed it. And I know I'm talking crazy. It's a 16-bit game. What do I know about? Trust me, it looked a little bit different. Because I think Madden 94 had a little more bulky, old school football looking game. Madden 95 kind of toned it down a little bit. 96 kind of went back to that. And one thing about Madden 96, if you notice, like on the cover of this game, they had I think this was the inauguration season of the Jaguars and the Panthers. And I think in 95, you could put in a code to put them in, I think. You put a code to put them in. But when you put the code in for Madden 95, I think both teams were like 99. They were like super overpowered for inaugural teams. 96 kind of put them in their perspectives, and they were expansion teams. So but I played a lot of this game. This game had like the combine in it. You could run the 40, you can test your intelligence, you could do so much with this game. And I'm not 100% sure. I think this game had a 3-year franchise mode in it, maybe 3 years, I'm not sure, but I know I had a season. It's been so long since I played it. Madden 97, 98, 99, 2000, I really didn't get into those as much as I thought I would. I think back then I jumped over to the N64 for the most part. And I played a lot of Nintendo. Like I said, I was the Nintendo kid back then. I really didn't have like the PlayStation or the Saturn. I didn't jump the PlayStation till like after I had an N64. But by then I was playing other games. So I had to go back, and when I purchased the Sega Saturn, which I have the Sega Saturn like right here next to my Genesis, between my Genesis and Dreamcast, I went back to buy these games, and I love the way these games look. I had bought Madden 97. Let me move this. I want to get this out of the way. So let's see. Okay, I went to go buy Madden 97 in Madden. Yeah, that fell. That and Madden 98. I have both of these. I love the cover of these games with John Madden on the cover. I don't know. It's just something about these games, long box covers with John Madden on them. I love these covers. And these are pretty good games, to be honest with you. They're not as bad. A lot of us get caught up with the 3D sprites now, and not 3D sprite, 3D polygons and all the stuff. And I get it, but you go back and play these games, they're not as bad as they were. I mean, they have a lot of pretty good logic in them. I thoroughly enjoy them. I play them from time to time on my Saturn. And I think it's because I haven't played it. I haven't had it when I was a kid, so it's a little different. One game that stood out, I went back and played. Somebody told me this was the definitive version of like the old Maddens back in 95, 96. John Madden for the 3DO. I don't have a 3DO. I have no plans on getting a 3DO. I mean, I do love the Street Fighter game on 3DO, but that's a whole nother subject for another day. If I was to get a 3DO, which they're like super expensive now, I would get John Madden Football, and I would get the Street Fighter game on 3DO. Now, what I may do, I may go out and look for a copy of this game just to have it. This game is really good. I played this on the emulator just to see what it's like. The John Madden game is like really, really good for 3DO. It's really nice. I mean, if you played the games back then, I really loved the games, but don't have too much more information on it. I did play it, and like I said, it is the definitive version of like the Madden 93s, 94, 95s. I mean, it looks really good. The player models are really nice for its time, and it's a really good game. So just wanted to throw that out there. Once Madden 2000 came out, I think Madden 2000 was the last game that Madden was on the cover of, which was pretty unfortunate because I really like seeing John Madden on the cover of Madden Football. And by then you started getting, Eddie George on the cover of Madden 2001, then you had 2002, and I think that run of Madden, my goodness, let me tell you. The run of Madden from Madden 02. Well, I'll say this. I want to say Madden 02. I'll say the run of Madden from Madden 04 to 08 was probably the best run of Madden football. Now I talked about the other ones; they're pretty good. They're really good, in my opinion. But these games here, Madden 04, 05, which I had to get this copy of it. I mean, the legendary, collector's edition, and I had to get that. Madden 05, 06, 07, and 08. Now, mind you, I have the PS2 copies of these games. You best believe. They all fell. Hold on. You best believe I have the original Xbox version of all of these as well. Because I collect original Xbox version of games. And I have a whole bunch of Xbox games back there. I have all of them as well. Let's see, didn't focus. Yep. 04, 05, 06, 07, 08. I have them all here. And so 04, 05, 06, 07, and my favorite 08. There was no other that run of games. That run of games of Madden, the best. Not even close. Now after 08, they started to tape off with 09. I don't want to really talk about the PS3 version again. I'm gonna get into that in a second. I'll get into that in a second. But the PlayStation 2 original Xbox version of the games, there was nothing touching them. To this day, in my opinion, there's nothing touching them. Now, anything before 03, anything before 04, I was playing NFL 2K. I played a lot of NFL 2K on the Dreamcast and in the original Xbox. So, even though I played a lot of NFL 2K5, when Madden 04 came out, that was a game changer once again. I mean, he set the standard once again. I mean, it was what it was. And that run from 04 to 08, I don't think football game will ever be that good. I mean, the things that they put in these games, I talked about it extensively. The things that they put in these games were like phenomenal. Between this and NCAA football, you had the total package. So, I don't think they'll ever get that glory again. And it's really unfortunate that we don't see that now. I think back then Madden really had somewhat of a say. Not saying that he don't now, but that's debatable. That he didn't up until the end, but that's debatable. But you can tell, like, even with Madden 04, you can go in, they had Madden commentary in the game, telling you like what plays do what and how to run these plays. Madden was in the game all the way up to, I remember up at 08, I think he was in the games later on, but I know he was the commentator in these games for the PS2 and original Xbox. And you just love the touch that he had in these games. And those games were handled with a lot of care. And that's what, it was all about. Madden loved this football game. We know he did. I could tell he did. Unfortunately, once it got to the PlayStation 3 era, I think Madden, unfortunately, this is my opinion, I don't know for certain, I think the man, John Madden, was forgotten in creating and building this game. Because once you saw what happened with Madden 09, and in some cases, I think Madden 10 was, he had a hand in it a little bit because it had a lot of AFL stuff in it. But you can look at the gameplay on the field. It wasn't handled with care like the older games were. And from Madden 11 up until now, I mean, I'm going to talk about that in a second. But first, I want to talk about Pat Summerall and John Madden real quick. I don't think there will ever be two guys that can color commentate football games like these two. I don't think that'll ever happen again. It's my personal opinion. Pat Summerall and John Madden did such a phenomenal job commentating, breaking down games, giving you their insight as the games were going on. They did a great job. Let me tell you something. Nowadays, I don't even listen to commentary in football games. I just don't. I mean, Tony Romo's out here doing this thing, and Tony Romo does a good job, but I don't think that you'll ever get to where these guys done it. They done it so well, the best. And unfortunately, as far as the video games go, Pat Summerall was in the game up until Madden 2002. So if you always want to go back and listen to something that he done, that'd be a great time to, that'd be a great time if you ever did it. Him and John Madden just had this chemistry. And I heard it wasn't always the best of friends. And that's another thing. Even though that they weren't the best of friends, they worked together very well. And I'm not saying that it don't happen now in today's, climate, but it's cool to see that, what, we don't get along, but we do well together when we work, and that's what matter right now. Once we put these microphones down, whatever. But there's been rumors out there they weren't the best of friends, but they did a phenomenal job. And that's all that matters, Just wanted to take the time out to talk about these two guys. Pat Summerall passed away in 2013, and John Madden, he just recently passed away, and it's just unfortunate. Those two guys, hopefully they're commentating games wherever they are now. They're gonna they can get back to doing what they did best. So rest in peace to Pat Summerall. Definitely rest in peace to John Madden. Those two, they done a phenomenal job when it came to color commentating. Now let's go on. I'm gonna finish closing out the John Madden stuff in a second, but I really want to talk about this really quick. Once it got to this point, John Madden, the football game, we're talking about now 2011, 2012, and so on. Unfortunately, John Madden football I feel like it wasn't handled with care when it came to the X's and O's compared to what you saw with what I showed you with the PS2 and original Xbox Maddens. Those games, you can play them and tell that they were handled with care. John Madden had something to do. Madden was on the Madden bus, had people playing these games in tournaments and stuff. But once it jumped over to, it kind of started with the sensational aspect of the Madden cover. Madden wasn't on the cover anymore. It was a big deal of who was going to be on the cover, and the game itself was starting to play a little wonky and a lot of problems. In my opinion, the quality just never was there. There was a downtime where, at least from Madden 09, even Madden 08 on the 360 was good. Madden 08 on the PS3 was good. But when you look at Madden 09 up until maybe like Madden 13, we were looking like, what the hell? One game that did stand out, and I have it right here, was Madden 12. I think Madden 12 is a highly underrated game. This game plays pretty good for what it is. I think Madden... I think this is probably one of the best, if not the best Madden on the PS3. I do have a personal preference when it comes to another Madden, which I'll talk about shortly. You can't go wrong with this game. You can't go wrong with this particular game. Madden 12 also kind of went back to the tradition with the way that football felt and the way football played on video games. This game actually played like football. It was one of the few games that went back to the tradition from Madden 08, where this game felt like football. 09, 010, 11, I don't know what those games felt like. Madden 10 was okay, but it just did not, excuse me, it did not feel right. Madden 12 was that game. Now, hold on one second. Okay. This is one of the games that felt earlier. This game is probably this is my favorite Madden, and I feel like this is the best Madden on the PS3 and maybe in some cases the PS4. I don't like people slander this game, but I get it. I think Madden 25 Madden 25 was probably like the last Madden that really, between this and 12, but I think Madden 25 was the last Madden that not only captured the best in Madden football, it also captured it also captured the essence and the atmosphere of football. Now Madden is, I'll get into that in a second. I'm not getting that. I think running the football and just playing this game felt so good. It really felt so good to play this game. And I think the PlayStation 4 version, the Xbox 3, the Xbox One version is really a good game. I don't have a copy of that game. I need to get a copy of that game because I have it digital on my PlayStation 4. I have it digital on my Xbox One. I know the PS5 is backwards compatible with the PlayStation 4. I may try to play Madden 25 on the PlayStation 5 just to see how much difference it is. Because, you get like a full, 60 frames. I think the game was already 60 frames, but you get an uptick in graphics and stuff. So I may try it out and see. But I love this game. I love Madden 25 is probably my favorite one. Since then, Madden has not been the same. And it just hasn't. I've been chasing a ghost, basically. I think all of us have. And I think a lot of us have been playing Madden because of the name. And I think we love Madden that much. That's why we go and play it every year with the hopes of, hey, this game has John Madden name on it. And this is the reason why I want to play it, because of his legacy. When you look at all the games back then, from the early 90s up into the late, the mid 2000s, Madden was like that game. It really was. All the way back from the Madden 93s to the Madden 08s, Madden football was fun to play. Nowadays, a lot of people play the games. A lot of people buy consoles because of Madden. In my opinion, I just don't think Madden I don't think Madden is worth the mission of buying an entire console like it used to be. I mean, I remember when I had a Dreamcast and I saw Madden 2003 or Madden 2002 for the first time. And I was like, wow, yeah, NFL 2K looks nice on the Dreamcast, but Madden 2002 even was a little cartoony looking. Those player models look phenomenal. And to this day, the PS2 original Xbox player models of Madden Football look great. The NCAA PS2 and the original, I love the player models of those games. That's why I still play them. But nevertheless, I don't think we'll ever catch that essence again. I think the Madden football game has been so sensationalized with card packs and, excitement, and, just all this funny business of just having a wow factor all the time. I don't think that it'll ever get back to the X's and O's of why the offensive line is dominating another defensive lineman. Why this defensive back cannot hang with this wide receiver. Why is this cornerback is on a shutdown? It has a shutdown icon, or why you can't throw on this side of the field. I mean, when you played PlayStation 2 Maddens, those aspects were real. When you had a good defense, it showed. When you had a good player, not just defense, when you had a good player on defense, they stood out. I don't think Madden nowadays will ever capture that again. I think the game is programmed into a way where it's just not where a great quarterback will be great. I mean, you can make almost any quarterback look good in Madden now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can pop in Madden, 16 and make Matt Schaub look like Joe Montana or Tom Brady easily. The game just is not catered to where it used to be. Right now, you can go and pop in Madden 08 or just an old Madden, put in a lower tier quarterback, and you're going to see why they're lower tier. You're going to see it. I had my struggles with having a poor team in the early Maddens. I mean, a lot of people saw it in my streams where I just didn't have a good team, and watching me build that team to be a powerhouse was a good thing because personnel mattered. And I just don't think Madden will ever get to that. With the passing of Madden, I hope they put Madden on the cover of Madden 23. I hope they do that. I also hope that they are able to, honor him the right way. I think they will. One thing that's unfortunate as well, I won't be surprised, we may not see the name Madden on the cover of EA Football anymore. Sometime down the road. I would not be surprised with him being, his passing with his estate and stuff. His family may not want to use it. I mean, there's already been talks about removing his name prior to all of this happening. I would not be surprised sometime down the road they won't do it. So we'll see how that plays out. I'm not really sure, but we'll see. But rest in peace, John Madden. You have been an influence on my gaming and everyone else's who's played football gaming. Without you, a lot of us probably wouldn't know much about football, let alone play the games. So I really, really appreciate it. Rest in peace to John Madden, Pat Summerall, and for everything that you guys done. You guys were amazing. You guys were phenomenal. Thank you so much. All right, before I go, we're going to talk about the structure of these. And it's not going to be much. I'm not going to draw this out any much longer than what it is. But the VFcast, what's going to happen now? I had a Patreon where I've done a lot of things behind the scenes. I'm probably going to keep that. I'm going to keep that up going into the new year. But that's probably going to be a place where, I'm going to be doing just extra content. The first and frame rate minis, they were cool, but there's a reason why I'm not going to be doing too much of that. I'm going to talk about that shortly, and I'll talk about more of that on the First and Frame Rates channel. I realized that I was doing a lot. And a lot of the stuff was like overbearing. Some of the stuff was for no reason. I was just trying to do too much. And this is a one-man show. I do a lot over here when it comes to producing content, playing video games, capturing footage, for the Top 5 Tuesdays. I've been doing a lot. But the VFcast will now, these episodes will go back to Sundays. And they will be like Sunday afternoon going into Monday. These are going to be weekly episodes that are going to be going up on Sundays. So as far as structured and more accessible, if you're on this channel, you will be able to get a fresh, new VFcast episode every Sunday. Now, as far as the pickups, I'm still going to be doing the pickups. That's not going to be necessarily structured because I don't go out and buy games every week. But those are still going to be going on. As far as other content, now, as far as gaming content, I will be putting up gaming content on this channel as well. And that I'm going to try to start doing that on Mondays and probably Thursdays. So that gaming content is probably just going to have me playing a game. And if the game is good enough that's noteworthy to watch, I'll probably just go ahead and put it up on the channel. Like if I had like an epic game, like I had this game against my NC State Dynasty when I played against Texas, and that was a great game. I streamed it, but it's already up on the channel if you want to check that out. It was the Sugar Bowl game in my NC State Dynasty. Those type of games will be up. Like it won't just be sports stuff. I'll be putting up like clips of other games that I play or whatever the case may be. I'll be doing just putting some gaming stuff up. Top 5 Tuesdays, I still plan on doing that as well. I took a hiatus of that because I had to step back. Top 5 Tuesdays will more likely be back up as well. Definitely be on the lookout for that. But the structured content, the VFcast, will be up on Sundays. And not only that, I'll probably have some gameplay playing in the background while I speak. So it won't be just me just talking, just looking at me. I'll probably have some gameplay playing in the background of a game that I played or whatever. I'll probably just capture the footage and just have it up. So that's the structured content that I'll be doing. Mainly Mondays, Thursdays, I'll have some gameplay up. Pickups videos, I'll have those up whenever I pick up some new stuff. And the VFcast will be up on Sundays at night or probably later on in the evening, I'll probably be doing a VFcast where I'll just talk about like what I've done now, another episode. So every Sunday. The first and frame rate stuff, I'm going to be talking about that on the first and frame rates show, which that will be up on the 30th, early morning, 9 a.m., probably around the same time this is up. I'll be talking about what I'm doing over there, which y'all gonna have more structured, formatted content where you can easily access to it. And I think to me, I say it's easily accessible because you will know when it's coming up. You won't be blindsided to when I put up one of these episodes. Because like right now, today is Wednesday, and I'm putting up this. But the VFcast starting next year will be up every Sunday. So probably, like I said, the next episode of this will be January 2nd. And I'll be talking about more stuff when it comes to gaming or whatever the case may be. So that's what this is for. The first and frame rate stuff, I will be talking about that on that channel on my next episode of what I'm going to be doing on for that show. And I think you guys are going to like it. I think you guys will appreciate more of a structured, more structured format, more content that's going to be out. And like I said, I'm going to be doing more with less. And I think with the less time to run around to figure out what I'm going to do next, the less that I put into this, the more I will get out, because I'll be able to put out more information on the VFcast, more information with gameplay videos, more information with, the pickups. So basically, like I said, Mondays and Thursdays, I'll probably be putting up something, gameplay wise, to where I'll show you something that I've been playing. Probably do something more like maybe an article or whatever. I'll talk about something gaming related. I may do that as well. And on Thursday, I'll probably be just giving you just like a gaming segment of me gaming or something like that. And so that's where it's going to be. Yeah, so Monday, Thursday, Sundays, I'll be putting up content, and I'll do the pickup videos whenever I'll get around to picking up enough games to put a video about. So that's pretty much what's going on here. If you like this video, if you like this show, hit the like button, share this video, let people know what I'm doing over here. This is episode 26, giving a tribute to John Madden. Thank you for all the memories. Your name will definitely live on. No one would never, ever forget you. Yeah, I know that. Definitely, you've done so much in so many lives as far as video gamers and football players, and even crossing over to other areas of pop culture. That he was that guy. And thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for checking out this content. And definitely be on the lookout for some gameplay videos. Like I said, starting next year, I will be doing that format. The next episode of the VFcast will be on January 2nd. You can check that out. I'll be talking about more stuff that's going on, and I have more content for you guys following on that Monday and Thursday. So hopefully you guys will check it out. And that's going to be my time, getting up to 40 minutes. And I will see you guys on the next one. You guys be easy. You guys be blessed. Peace.